Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today's topic is on inner child healing. And while there are components of today's topic that are fun and playful, there are also parts that can be a little bit uncomfortable or heavy. So just remember to be gentle with yourself during this video and take time from it if you need to. A lot of us, even arguably most of us, have had some sort of childhood trauma. This doesn't need to be the big heavy things, which of course are real and valid. This could also look like just not getting your needs met, not being validated as a child, being forced to suppress your emotions, or not being heard and seen and not being able to express yourself and follow your heart, which now might not feel or seem as necessarily traumatic as you may think. However, when we were young and we had smaller growing brains and big hearts, these things such as our needs not being met and not being heard or seen or validated, these are actually traumatic to a childhood brain. Your brain creates these defense mechanisms and coping strategies that continue on into adulthood. In this video, I am offering some suggestions on how to heal with and connect with your inner child. However, I am not a trained professional in this, and I do think that sometimes it is necessary to seek a professional for help through these difficult things. A therapist can help you to talk over your childhood experiences, to unpack it in a safe environment, and they can teach you the specific tools that will help you through your specific journey in healing your childhood wounds. So that is why I would definitely recommend, if you can afford it, if it's accessible to you, to seek a therapist on top of these things or alongside these things, or if you just find that maybe these things that I suggest in this video are a little bit too intense for you, to go and seek the therapy first and talk to someone and then maybe come back to it. What I'm sharing in this video isn't even my own, it's just an accumulation of knowledge that I've gained from different resources. The first step through this is to reparent yourself. So to be that parent figure that you may not necessarily have had, or to just love yourself and be there for yourself in the way that you might not have received in the way that you wanted as a child. As you are working through this process of reparenting yourself, it is important to be patient with yourself. Many of us have not been taught to know how to feel big emotions or know how to process these emotions, so this can all be something that is new to us and it can be uncomfortable. Also, a lot of these patterns that we have in our adulthood, as we're kind of unpacking them, we might realize that they are related to maybe a specific thing that happened in our childhood or specific patterns that happen in childhood, that this is how we learned how to cope with them and how to deal with them, that we carry on into our adulthood. And a lot of the times these patterns are unconscious, so bringing consciousness to them can be pretty uncomfortable and feel weird. So again, that patience, that loving compassion is really important as we unpack and work through these things. Because although bringing consciousness is definitely the first step and will help, we still have these unconscious patterns programmed into us. And a lot of the times we can fall back into them even when we brought consciousness to it, when we're in these emotions or in these scenarios that bring us back to these unconscious patterns. It's easy for us to slip up and to fall back into them even when we've brought consciousness. So it's important to recognize yourself and be patient with yourself, because really this is the wounded child that is acting out in these patterns. And really having that loving presence is important to know that you are safe and that you have someone that does believe in you even when you slip up, that you can change, know that you can rely on yourself even when things are hard. Be that person that you might not have had growing up. If it resonates with you and writing is something that you enjoy doing, what you could do is write a letter to your child self. Really, it could be anything that you want to say to your childhood self. Maybe that you're sorry for something that you went through, for not being there for yourself then, or maybe you want to, it can be a positive thing too. Maybe you want to say something that you are doing now that you know that as a child you would be proud of. Or maybe you can write down whatever you would have wanted to hear from an adult figure in your life. Whatever you feel would have benefited yourself as a child, you can write that down. Just whatever comes to mind. If there is something that you want to tell yourself as a child, then it can be really healing to write things down. Another fun and beautiful way to connect with your inner child is through play. And this can look different for anyone, just whatever sparks joy, whatever invites some imagination in. It can be actually playing with a child, or maybe recreating things from your youth that you enjoyed in your youth. It can also be learning something that you might have always wanted to learn and allowing yourself to not be an expert at something right away. I think sometimes as adults we have this idea that we can't do anything unless we are great at it, but there is definitely a gift in trying something new, and even if you're not good at it right away, to just try it and have fun with it and enjoy it. Right now I am teaching myself. I've done some lessons before, but I'm teaching and learning and practicing piano, and that is something that brings me a lot of joy. Other things that I love to do is to get out in nature, to get my hands and my feet in nature, to dance. I've been dancing every single day in the morning. I put on a song that I love and dance to that song. I also got out my old PS2 and I've been playing Dance Dance Revolution, which I was in grade 8 when it came out. I think grade 8, grade 7 maybe. So definitely a lot of nostalgia there, and it's a lot of fun to play it. Even if I'm not as good as I was maybe in grade 7, it's still a lot of fun. So if there are any games that you love that you might still have that you want to pick up, or things that you might have just longed for and maybe missed out on in your childhood, you can do that now. The thing is, there is no better time than the present. I remember a palmist telling me that it doesn't matter if things take years to do. So if something takes 5 years to learn it, those 5 years are going to pass anyway, so you might as well be learning and doing something that'll lead you to where you want to be, or just bring you joy in the moment. Something else that can be really beneficial in healing on this inner child journey is meditation. Inner child meditation has been a huge part of my personal journey as I work through healing my inner child, and it is something that I definitely would recommend. There are guided meditations if you want to follow a guided meditation on YouTube, but really it can just be as simple as either getting a picture of yourself as a child. I just got this one and I put a pink background on it to hold it up. I leave it on my altar, and then when I'm doing my childhood meditation, a lot of the times I will actually hold the picture up and look right at the picture, but sometimes I have it just sitting up on my altar. You can also, if you don't have a picture of yourself, or maybe that doesn't resonate with you to get a picture, you can just place your hands anywhere on your body, preferably your heart, your belly, or both, and close your eyes and just maybe visualize your inner child self. If you want to look at yourself and get the full visual, you can have your picture out in front of you. And this could look different for everyone, but really just look at yourself, or hold your body and close your eyes and visualize your inner child, and then just use affirmations like, I love you, I see you, you matter, your needs matter, I believe in you, you are capable, you are worthy, you can do anything that you put your mind on, you are so intelligent, you are so capable, you are so funny, you are so special, I believe in you, you are beautiful, your light is so bright that it shines the room whenever you walk in. I love you, I hear you, and I see you. And it can be anything like that. Anything that you might not have heard growing up, you can just continuously repeat to yourself. And it works. There is that inner child inside of us that still needs to hear those things. When you think about time not being linear too, you can really send your love to yourself, and if it feels okay to bring up a specific situation that might have been uncomfortable or sad and maybe you wish that someone was there for you, you can, if it feels okay for you and you feel safe, to visualize that moment and picture you as an adult there hugging and holding and telling yourself that it'll be okay and that you'll move past this and that you're safe. So finding a safe space is definitely really beneficial as you're working through these hard emotions. If you need to talk to someone and you have a friend or support and they're okay and ready to listen to it, then you can talk to them. Otherwise, there are amazing therapists out there that can help you through this work. You are your own healer. You are the biggest healer. You are the one that's going to make a huge impact and change your life just from doing this, from the consistency of telling yourself how much you love yourself and believe in yourself and giving yourself all of that love and care that you might not have got when you were a child. So remember, as you're working through this, to be patient with yourself, to be compassionate with yourself, and to just hold yourself and to know that you are there throughout your entire life. You were there throughout your entire childhood, and you get to be there throughout every moment of your life until you pass and leave this physical body. So I think that it's definitely very worth it to love yourself, to be there for yourself, to keep showing up for yourself in whatever way that means for you. Remember that the first love and the last love is self-love. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video, to like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you. I will be continuing with this work. It really fills me up. I wish you so much love and light as you work through this journey of inner child healing. May you live a life that causes your soul to dance inside of your body.